Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm. This week, well, it's the check-in show. We don't have any major topics, but we've had a few 6.2 teasers and some unfortunate delays. Not of any patch, don't worry, but of the North American data center expansion. We'll just be covering that in a short little check-in episode to give you something to listen to while you're in the car or at work or whatever the heck you're doing right now. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Happy, and of course, joining me is Sly. How you doing, Sly? Mr. Hurricane at 3 p.m. kind of guy over here.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Today is Friday in California.
What does that mean?
Shoot. You haven't seen that before?
Maybe I have. I don't know.
It was from a power, like the Japanese Power Rangers, Ninja Rangers episode. It was like a weird thing where like a policeman wakes up in a operating room and he just says randomly, today is Friday in California. Shoot. It's a very old meme.
Yeah, no, it's not familiar. I have seen 2 seasons of Power Rangers in America, and that is my extension to the Sentai franchise of any kind, pretty much. So, no, thanks for enlightening me, however. It is indeed Friday in California right now, so you're not wrong. It's not a random... No, it doesn't need to do that, but we are there. Yeah, Sly asked me yesterday, he's like, are we doing a show tomorrow? I was like, we can. You can do a check-in. That's what we call these now. We don't call them bullshit shows. We call them check-ins.
Bullshit shows anymore. They're check-ins. Yeah.
They're check-ins.
Content.
There you go. That's content. Because people are always like, hey, where is it? They give me that slide. They're like, I was on the bus and there was no State of the Realm and I was really sad. And I was like, well, I'm sorry, but we didn't have a show. And they're like, make one. Do it. They threaten us, Sly.
Yeah.
So, with that, we did get a lot of little news across the week, surprisingly.
Yeah, we did.
A little bit of tiny bit. That's all there. Before we get started with that, though, we still do have sponsors for the show.
Of course.
We got Steelseries. That giveaway actually should be ending, I think, tomorrow. I think by the time this airs tomorrow, the giveaway might be... Actually, no, it still should have one more week because I started in the first week of July. So, yeah, we got the Steelseries giveaway and the sponsor code, of course, the discount code, the affiliate link, all that good stuff. So if you're looking for some hardware, some gaming peripherals, be sure to check that out. We have our patrons who support. They don't have to. They choose to. Yep. He says he said we love you, but he only lipped it. That's it. He wants you.
But we do love you.
Yeah. He knows you can hear it, even if he doesn't actually say it. So that's fine.
In your heart of hearts, you can hear it. You know that we love you and we appreciate the support.
Yes. And I also have HelloFresh as a sponsor until August 13th. I'm going to make some HelloFresh right after this, Sly. That's what I'm going to do for lunch. Ooh. I think it's like a Tex-Mex style pork bowl over rice. I got some leftover buffalo panko crusted chicken. That was fun. That was pretty good with some blue cheese dressing and hot sauce on the top.
Hell yeah.
Sly heard about the blue cheese and the hot sauce, and he's like, "Oh hell yeah, hell yeah,
dude!"
All right, dude. Well, with that, Sly, we are. Oh yeah! Exclamation mark HelloFresh in the chat. Discount code POG SC1227 too. Might as well do that as well, and then it'll be in the YouTube description also. I got a little distracted by the actual food portion of the HelloFresh and forgot to read to do any of the rest of the descriptors there. Yeah. Well, Sly, first and foremost, before we even talk about the news of this last week, there is something that we should probably talk about with everybody here, and that's LunarCon is this weekend. In fact, it's now.
Yeah, boy. It is now. LunarCon is now.
Yeah.
It is now. Like, they're doing opening ceremonies right now as we speak. A bunch of stuff going on today, tomorrow, Sunday. So, LunarCon. Do the thing. Cool.
Yeah, they're, for those who don't know, they're an in-game convention, essentially, being hosted by, primarily, you may know, Shenpai and Crystal. They were the coordinators last year, and it was fantastic fan gathering, both in-game and through various panels on Twitch and whatnot. Sly, of course, participates in it. He does. You got a show this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, for LunarCon. Is that correct? 2 nights. There we go.
2 nights.
And he's got a set, as the DJs will call them, sets. That's what you have tonight. There you go. I'm a professional. And they have a ton of other things. I have an in-game meet and greet tomorrow at 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. That sounds right.
I have a meet and greet. I don't know when.
I should
probably check that. I should probably check that.
Oh, is Sly on the billboard? No, I don't think he is. I don't think he made the billboard.
No, I didn't make the billboard. Okay. It's tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Nice. You could just do a set for your meet and greet at that hour, 7 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Pacific?
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, there you go. So 4 p.m. Pacific. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Good. Yeah, if you didn't attend last year, I would definitely check it out because there's just a fun little thing. We did a show on LunarCon, I think post LunarCon last year, not pre LunarCon. Sure there was no chance we were going to try to host a LunarCon show today and like talking about it because I think Shenpai would explode.
Yeah. I mean, if we even after LunarCon, Shenpai would still explode.
Yeah.
Because that's just how she. And it's just a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and she needs rest.
Yeah. It's not something they believe in very well. No. I feel them on that. I don't believe in rest either.
I think as content creators, we all don't believe in it.
Sly, you're drinking a Hurricane at 3 p.m. Don't want to hear it. That is relaxation in a cup, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
As he reaches for one more. I need to get some stuff to make some old fashions. I need to get some bitters and go buy like an orange and get some cherries or something.
An orange.
Well, I mean, you need the peel.
Randomly eats a banana.
You need the peel.
And get an orange.
Yeah, just one.
Just a sack of oranges.
They'll go bad. I won't eat all of them. I won't be able to get through all.
Juice them.
I'm not gonna juice the oranges, Sly. I'm gonna cut the peel and I'm gonna eat that orange, and then I'm gonna have this brilliant idea to get all the things together. I'm gonna do it once. I'm never gonna do it again. Is what's gonna happen. All right. So it's a waste to buy all the oranges because I'm not gonna finish them. It's not fair to the oranges, Sly. I'm trying to be fair to the oranges here. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going on this weekend. Be sure to check it out. LunarCon. Probably the most important news that we have for today is in regards to that, because that as an ongoing event is a little more important than things that aren't happening yet or are not happening for a while, which is pretty much the majority of what we got news-wise over on the Lodestone for this check-in. First and foremost, Moogle Treasure Trove is around right now. Always interesting because it'll tie into one of our other topics a bit. I guess not even later, but the Moogle Treasure Trove, Sly. Mm-hmm. We usually use that as an important indicator.
As a gauge for when the next patch is.
It sure is. Do you know off the top of your head exactly how long between that and the patch it normally is?
What is it, 4 weeks?
4 weeks, 28 days. Well, 28 days till maintenance day because it's on a Monday and then it ends on a Monday because it's before the patch. Yeah. And, with the rest of the context we're getting, I'm locking in that August 23rd. I don't see any reason to suspect it be the 30th at this point. That's going to be
a fucking rough week for me, man.
Why? What do you got going on August 23rd week, Sly?
Well, patch, of course. Mm-hmm. Soul Hackers 2. SD Gundam Battle Alliance, which comes out on the same day as Soul Hackers 2.
I don't know what 2 out of those 3 things are, although everyone keeps asking me if I'm playing Soul Hackers, so I feel like I should. I think they're asking me because of you, because I didn't know there was a Soul Hackers 1, but everyone keeps asking, hey, you playing Soul Hackers 2? And I was like, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
Wow.
I don't play anime games, Sly. I'm playing it. Xenoblade is lucky I'm playing it right now. Okay, that's like the extent of it.
So all of Mega 10 is just anime, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty.
No one's going to dispute that. Not a single person is going to dispute that.
A game where you literally fight God and the devil and all in every pantheon imaginable.
That's as anime as you can get.
Okay.
Sly, Persona is that.
It's a spin-off of that.
Then that's anime. It's not even an insult. It's tropes. It uses all of the tropes. It's like we're talking about Final Fantasy right now.
And you get to fight Stephen Hawking.
Like it's always anime. Half the games we play or more are anime. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like an epic fight with Stephen Hawking is anime as fuck, huh?
That sounds like a great idea for an anime. You tell any anime fan that, be like, I bet there's an anime of it. And that's true. There's two things in life that are true. The Simpsons have done it, and there's an anime about it. Those two things are universally true in the world. Tell me I'm wrong. That's you being afraid to say one answer or the other.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Moogle treasure trove is around, Sly. And with that, our prediction for the patch being August 23rd seems fairly locked in, which means August 30th for the raid.
Yeah.
You should be, Yang. You took a very casual approach to raiding this tier in particular, the Asphodelos tier.
Yeah, very casual as in, like, we took so many fucking days off.
One day a week, and you took a day off occasionally.
We took so many fucking days off. I was like, are we ever going to clear this tier? Which we did, thank God.
Yeah, you did just this last weekend.
Yeah, thank God.
I was there. I didn't type in the chat. I was just there. Actually, no, I was there. You were on the phase, and then I needed to go to the grocery store, and I came back, and it was dead. That's what happened.
Yeah.
It was good. After a couple of low wipes, couple of tether mishaps, if I could call them that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yep.
Got through it in the end. How do you feel being done with it, literally on the precipice of Abyssos?
Thank fucking God.
Sounds like you almost wish you were raiding more than once a week.
No.
You said
a little bit, but nah.
You wouldn't trade what you had experienced to raid more, but you would be perfectly fine with raiding more. Is what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
I feel that. I'm the opposite right now. We're getting ready for 6.2, and I want to raid less. I'm like, I got shit to do, man. I'm trying.
See, and that's the thing. That is what we call ourselves. We got shit to do static. So that's why we only raid one day a fucking week. Because every other day, we got shit to do.
Somebody's like, oh, I can't make it tonight. I'm like, oh, no. Don't know what I'll do with those 4 hours that we were going to spend in DSR.
No, it's not fair. No.
Are you planning on doing anything more for the first week of Abyssos for Savage?
I got a Scage.
Yeah, I'd imagine that at the very least for the first week, maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm not saying going 16 hours day one. I don't think that's gonna happen. You got shit to do. Ain't got time for that.
We got shit to do. Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about it finally getting done with it? You have a very delayed. You see, we were talking about doing a DSR support group one, but now we need I did P4S 4 weeks before the patch potentially. Because I've been
so over this for like weeks. I'm like, people like there's so many reasons why like days we didn't raid. I mean, people were busy, either sick or whatnot, and that's fine. Like I'm like totally fine. I have shit to do anyway. So you go get better, go do what you need to do. we'll get this eventually, and we did. So now it's just
Just so you know, your mic's kind of like staticky-ing a little bit. I don't know if a wire is like mildly loose or something, or if you're
still.
You have to. It only comes out when you talk in like sentences, like long sentences. So I won't know until you answer something again. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, because man, I don't know. I have a lot of respect for groups that go for long periods of time like that. It would drive me insane.
I know it would drive you fucking insane.
Yeah,
it would drive you fucking insane. Like you couldn't do it. Like you're the type in and out just like that.
Yeah, it's better now. By the way, it's better.
Yeah. I restarted.
Okay.
Adobe. So yeah, I know you're the type to go in and out just like that, get it done. Subsequent weeks, you'll raid. You'll raid subsequent weeks and just wait on the next ultimate.
Yeah, I'm not big on raiding when something's like dead. Like I do want it done and like just because I clear my schedule for raids.
I mean, you like there's a purpose to you though. There's a purpose with you. When you get your first kill, grats, yay, high fives, all that. Then the next few weeks is just for you to get gear. If you don't get gear, but if you do, you're pretty much just gearing for ultimate.
Yeah,
is what you're doing.
Yeah, so raiding in this offseason like we have been doing, which makes sense because it's a new group. I think that's the correct path. But I haven't had to do that in years. I've been in, up until we cleared DSR, I was in the same group for 2.5 years. It was just us deciding that the whole 5 time zones thing between Australia, the US, and the UK probably wasn't going to be great when we could barely struggle to get together for an hour for re-clears. As much as I didn't mind, as long as we got the re-clears, it was all right.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I want to raid on your schedule right now because I got other shit to do.
I remember the days of like hugging and being up at ungodly hours. Like, funny thing, the ungodly hours pugging thing was a bit faster because I got through for what was it for Eden? It was like 1, 2. No. I got through the first 3 fights fairly faster when I did it that way. It took like it was like days where it was like hours of fucking PFs and shit, but got through fairly fast on that first week. And then I just had shit to do. Would I do that again? Probably not. Because I like sleep. And I don't like people. except for my crew. I like them. I don't like them when they don't tell me when they fucking need shit. By the way, if you need drugs, tell me now. Otherwise, you ain't getting it on Sunday.
That's a message. That's like the reverse of dare. To like, don't take drugs. Sly's like, if you need them, let me know by Sunday, or you won't have them.
and then we get there. Oh, I wish I had pot. You should have fucking told me.
It sounds even more like dare. Excuse me, where's my pot? The anti-dare. Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of wish I was on that. We elected for like 3 or 4 raid days this week, and I'm like, seriously, you know what it is for me? I don't want to be the guy that says no. I don't ever want to be the guy that says no. I'm a yes man. I'm like Jim Carrey.
God damn it! Don't be a yes man. Say no.
Say no. I think we should be raiding more, but I don't want to.
Then fucking say no.
No, I won't. I won't, because I have fun.
Be there. My God. I mean, I know you got to do it because it's you we're talking about, and people have that expectation.
No, it has nothing to do with expectation. I don't want to. It's like 7 out of 7 people say yes, and I'm like, yeah. No, I'm a yes.
I'm the asshole who's like, no.
Yeah, I'm fine to raid. It's not like I can't. I absolutely can. I think. What video could I be working on in that 4 hours?
Exactly. You're thinking about other shit. You're thinking about other shit in the middle of it.
You know what I like to say? I said this on my team the other day. I'm like, if I have to look at the monitor the game is actually being played on during raid, that's how you know it's a good day. Because I genuinely don't look at the game most of the time I'm playing it.
Wow.
I'm range physical, man. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, like range physical don't give a shit.
No. I'm bored. Like, oh, procs. Ooh. Real fucking scary there, game.
The only time you have to give a shit is during mechanics. And
Nah, it's questionable still, to be honest.
Wow.
I'll trust me, you don't understand
Wow.
how easy the life is on range physical. It really is that. That's why I like calling mechanics, because it's the only way to get me to look at the game.
I don't know if you were there. I kind of had a moment where I was just like, meh. And I fucking fat fingered elusive.
Never seen a Dragoon do that before.
During the jump in the second phase of P4S. So it was like right before the jump, and Todd is like in position to take it. And I'm like, I fat finger it. I'm like, I can fix this.
Usually the elusive is the button that fixes it, Sly.
Usually it is like after the fact, not, before the fact, but after the fact. This was before the fact. I was like, yeah. So that was funny. That was a funny one.
Well, at the very least, you got it done. I mean, it's a good reminder to a lot of people think they have no time to do it, but on one day a week with missing weeks and weeks on end, you still got it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a nice reminder to people who think they can't raid at all. And your nights it's not like they're long days. It's like a 3-4 hour day on the one day that you actually do raid.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes all your re-clears?
We're getting our well, yeah. Before
you're having somebody skip you to the fourth fight?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
we're not like, we're all like, the way we had it set up is we did it efficiently to where like all our re-clears, people got everything they needed.
Okay.
Crossed one off the list. We crossed two off the list.
That's a good way of doing it.
Eventually we crossed three. Yeah. We were efficient about our shit.
Yeah, and then now obviously you can queue right in, so you don't need to skip. I was thinking back to I was still thinking it was before we had it for some reason, though we very much can just go straight into four. I mean, it's still relatively recent though, being able to go into them in any order. So yeah, either way, it's just a reminder to everyone that you can do it. you can do it. You can prevent forest fires. There you go. Or you can try to find out if your kid's a boy or a girl. Either way, it's your two choices apparently.
What?
That's how the California fires start. They all start with fucking gender reveal parties. Those are your two options. You can prevent forest fires. You can try to find out what gender your child is. Those are the only two options that you have.
I was not prepared for that.
You weren't prepared. I am. I've been living in California for all these years. Oh,
2 days. Fine day. California. Shoot.
There you go. Today is indeed Friday in California. All right. Well, that's the first little bit of news. Just the Moogle tomes. The next thing that they decided to go through with was a reminder that PvP Series 1 is ending. And you know what? I know the difference, and I still read it and I go.
You have to emphasize it like every time you say it. Series.
Yeah.
Not season. Series.
It just makes me mad every time I see it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're killing me here with this. Because I look at it and I go. Because then you know what the other question is? Like, didn't they just end series 1? I was like, no, that was season 1.
That was season. Yeah, you think WP is gonna get like eventually pissed off and be like, okay, we really got to change this nomenclature because this is confusing and stupid.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just don't change it. So as far
as call it a battle pass.
Yeah, they don't call it that though. They really don't.
Just call it battle pass. What the fuck is wrong with that? Is
just
there
anything that doesn't begin with S?
Is there anything wrong with the connotation of it being a battle pass? Because
it implies it's paid. Most people, when they think of a battle pass,
you're
they think
paying
it's paid.
a sub. Yes, it's paid.
It's not what I meant, Sly.
You paid for it. Congratulations. God, it's It's a belt. It's a fucking battle pass.
I don't know who's more upset about it now. I don't know if it's me or him.
I am. I mean, God, it's stupid.
I feel like you're me. I feel like it was me, and now it's you. So as a reminder, you can keep if you earn the Series 1 rewards and don't claim them before Series 2 begins, you can still claim them until Series 2 ends. So you'll have until 6.3 to claim all of the Series 1 rewards. There's no mention of the other thing that they had talked about in previous live letters and whatnot, and that is trophy crystals being usable on previous series rewards. They've been really ambiguous about the wording for that. When they first brought it up, they said they wanted to eliminate fear of missing out, or FOMO, as we like to call it, by allowing that. But there's been no mention of it since that initial mentioning of it, which I guess technically if they've said it once already, you could argue they don't need to say it again. But you know what? It's Final Fantasy XIV. Kind of a habit to say it again. Kind of their specialty. Belts, by the way, were removed, in case anyone didn't know. Them saying things over and over again when we don't need to, when, you know. That's that's the joke.
The 45 minutes of belts?
Belts and the stat squish won't nerf you. Those are the two things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yet with this, they've only mentioned it once, which is, I don't know if that's more frightening or less frightening. I just wonder if the plan is still the same, because it seems like they mixed up talking about the two. They talked about how you'd be able to buy them with trophy crystals after season 1 ended, but only until season 3 began. But now it's like you could still redeem it. So what happened to the trophy crystal plan? Is the trophy crystal plan going to kick in after 6.3? It's a little bit confusing. A little bit, not even confusing. It's out of character for them to be as uninformative about it as they have.
Yeah.
And so we'll just have to see. I'm going to have to use PvP Series 3 or Series 2 to catch up to my rank in Season 3, because the queues are awful right now.
Really...
I can't! It's impossible. The queues are like 40 minutes long in the morning. And in the evening, they're like decent, but I don't play in the evening.
You could get to another data center in that time.
The data center travels quick now. I can't make that joke. It's going all right. I'm just saying, the queues not being good in the morning are really killing my motivation to get the rank up, because I don't want to play in the evenings. I want to do other things. I can't, or I'm raiding in the evening. One of the two things is happening. So I just like queues. So I'm hoping Series 2 makes it possible. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God.
I mean, well, to be fair, queues, like within the next few weeks, if queues are staying the same, they're probably going to be terrible in 6.2 anyway. So look forward to that, because, everybody will be raiding and doing shit. So
yeah, I'm equally as concerned, honestly, about that, because I'll have the first week, and then I'll have, raid will take 2 or 3 days at the most. So it's not that bad. But the first week is going to be PvE for me, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm going to be doing my 99 extremes, and I'm going to be doing the guides for those and getting through the story. And like,
you are seriously on the drugs for fucking doing that.
It's so easy.
I mean, sure. Yeah. Okay.
I got like 20 done a day. That's done in 5 days. Sometimes more. It's easy. I just go healer, so if people start screwing it up because it's the party finder, I can fix it.
I just get lucky.
Yeah, I wish that could happen. Listen, if I could get the mount in a few kills and be done with it, I'll take it. But that's not going to happen, so I have to give up on that prospect. I did get the minion from the 24-man finally, though, so, maybe my luck's looking up.
Maybe.
And Sephiroth, we got Sephiroth. He's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was sarcastic or not, given Sephiroth's
little column A, little column B. I'm worried about ad phase, and then I'm worried about S phase.
I don't think ad phase is anything to be worried about anymore. They said they were nerfing it in the live letter last one, so we'll see.
So the rate, like people killing ads too fast, like that's not gonna be a problem.
No, I think that will still be a problem. But
that's what I'm worried about.
I'd be more worried about the tanking, because the tanks getting trucked is a huge problem in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a crazy fight. It's no joke. It's the last really hard trial that we had, or the last trial that would fall in the I'm scared to do this with random people category.
I mean, to be fair, going back and soloing it, looking back, like phase 2 isn't that bad. Really?
It's not, but it was a lot different than what we had at the time. Phase 1, I do think was more of a loop than the second phase, but the big thing was that you could permanently fall off. I mean, this will be the only Unreal they've actively nerfed. The rest of them have actually all been pretty well kept. Ultima just being the easiest one that was ever released, like, period. But this one is the first one they're making active adjustments to. The ads are being adjusted. We know they're getting rid of the proximity elements on the Earth Shakers, because they were it was an unindicated damage, distance based damage. So.
Again, like when I solo this, I'm trying to because I'm.
It's worse with more people. It's infinitely worse. Like it's a fight where there's more people. It gets worse.
Like I'm trying. Like phase 2, I'm trying to remember. Okay, which one's a tank thing and which one's not a tank thing. Which one's a green thing. Which one's in a yellow thing. I'm trying to remember each of the fucking mechanics as a solo person, because it is so like as a DPS, it is solo. It'll take a few tries in Echo, but it is solo. So
when I soloed it, it wasn't doable by a DPS. It was actually a struggle.
It was a struggle for a fucking DPS. I had to get really fucking lucky and remember, like, okay, which one's for me, which one's not for me. Okay, is this dot gonna kill me? Probably no. Okay. I'll do this.
I'd imagine there's a little bit of luck also as a DPS, because which debuff you get is the amount of raid damage you take is very different.
That's the thing. Yeah.
The one where you take more from the blast to the face, I think, is the scary one.
Mm-hmm. And see, when you're doing it solo, you have to take tower. You have to take tower damage.
Yeah,
because you're only doing one tower. So
and you get the Vuln stacks, and you get it's a little bit of fun. Either way, given this will be much easier than the original Sephiroth, since they already fixed the whole no permadeath thing that's now, but also the other changes they're making. I don't think it'll be that bad. It'll definitely be worse than Ultima. I have no doubt about that, though.
Oh yeah, 100%, 150%, yeah.
So that is So I'm worried that I'm not going to get to the PvP series or season that first week, and my queues are going to be shit again, and I'm not going to be able to rank up again. I'm genuinely worried about that.
That's okay. You got other shit to do anyway.
But I want to be crystal rank.
I know. It's okay.
I already was, and I was back up to Diamond 3, and I could have just kept going on the day of patch, and I said, you know what? Doesn't make any sense because the rewards aren't changing. And then they're like, hey, we are actually doing it. I was like, now I can't get a queue, so I'm fucked.
Yep. It's going to be okay. It'll be all right.
Yep. We'll see. If I can run, because I'm going to have to go from platinum is the big problem. I can't go. I'm going to be platinum because of not being able to get back to crystal.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I got to make that climb too, unfortunately.
Yeah. Can't wait. All right. So they got the PvP series. Fingers crossed that series 2 is some good rewards, and that season 3 maybe has a shakeup to the rewards also to get people queuing up. Allagan Tomes, the usual changes. There's nothing there other than them saying that's using 6.2 as the number. Reaffirmation again. They already said this in the official digest for the previous live letter, that they're making no changes to the timing of everything other than the raid being delayed a week. So we will have a week of tomes prior to the raid. I feel like it's very much worth reminding people of that. And we'll have crafted gear the week before the raid. So should be a very, very chill prep section for people and should make for a very quickly cleared raid tier. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it dies in about the same time as the previous tier, which I think was 14 hours, I want to say. Maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
I know we cleared in a total of 22 hours. Not 22 hours from patch up, but like a 22 hours of raiding or something like that. So it sounds right that World First.
Straight?
No, not straight. Like I said, not 22 hours after, just 22 hours total. We cleared at like noon the second day. So like finished up day 1, went to bed, woke up the next day, cleared it by like noon. And that was, I think we were like 35th. So quite a few teams before that.
Man, this is going to be the first time in a while I've actually had a fucking previous tier weapon going in.
Well, good thing you'll be replacing it with the extreme trial weapon.
Yeah.
Actually, depending on how quickly you clear, you could have a tome weapon week 1. They should be, unless you have a ninja in your team. I would give it to a ninja over a dragoon.
Monk.
I would give it to a monk over a dragoon. Never mind, you're not getting it. Fuck you, you're not getting it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, you don't have to spend the tomes on the weapon yet. Just go get the EX trial weapon. You'll be good. You won't be using this weapon, I guarantee it. You get to use it for a few weeks and then you're done with it.
Yep.
Now, the first bit of, I'd say, actually important news that they posted was the official delay of the expansion of the North American data center, which I'm not going to lie, I knew was coming, but still kind of forgot about.
I forgot it. Like, completely forgot about it until they said something. I'm like, wait, that was the thing. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. It's here's the big thing.
What else can I say? Like, we're fine, I guess.
Yeah, the big thing for this is that it's in no way addressing anything that's happening now. It's supposed to be future proofing at the end of the day. So,
another North American data center. Is
correct. Not only that, a new data center, but this one with 4 new worlds. That was originally going to be releasing in August. So
yeah.
Then yeah, I mean, I honestly, those 4 new worlds, all anyone is thinking about Sly. When are the houses going to be ready? The only factor that really fucking matters.
Said not one lie. I have not detected one lie in that. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. When the fuck is housing? Yeah.
Yeah, because we know they won't get it right away. Like, even when the servers do go up, they won't have houses on them right away. We know they delay that so people can't, like, rush to go get them as soon as those servers are available. But they are 100% a factor. We do wonder how much with Island Sanctuary, but I have a feeling Island Sanctuary won't in any way scratch the itch that the housing people have.
You get in a fucking shack. that one Roganin, he's getting a shack, my boy.
But yeah, that's been delayed from August to November for exactly the same reason why it's taking so long to get them in the first place: a semiconductor shortage.
Yeah. Which, like, again, like, he apologized for it, and it's like we're still dealing with this now. So, question is, Hap, when do we get our new fangled data center?
November. Until they delay it again.
I had a feeling you were going to say that shit.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Essentially, January is what we're thinking. Essentially,
no, like, definitely February.
Damn. Okay.
But realistically, March.
I'm optimistic. I'm saying January. He's saying February.
Definitely April by then.
Oh my God.
Quite possibly May, but for sure by June.
July.
Yeah, absolutely.
July, definitely.
Yeah, it could be August.
You know what? Let's say October.
Oh, why don't we just wait till the following November so it can release at the same time as NFT Cloud?
Got it.
There you go. New servers for NFT Cloud. Doesn't even use Square Enix servers, so it doesn't matter. Literally a third-party service. Yeah. Day before 7.0,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. 48-hour maintenance.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be announced at FanFest.
Yeah, definitely
Oh,
announced at
100%.
FanFest, for sure.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. Yeah, so November 2022 is what they're saying it'll be, but all it's going to take is another, hey, we have a shortage, and then it's not going to be November 2022. So I really won't be surprised. What's more interesting is the second phase, which is them adding 4 more worlds to that same data center. They said that schedule hasn't changed, which I guess is not out of reason. It's not like one delivery means the second delivery is delayed, but I don't think I would have any confidence in any of these dates.
No. None whatsoever.
So if you're waiting for new houses to become available, please look forward to it. But not
Good
anytime
fucking
soon. I would love it if Island Sanctuary at least semi-sated people.
It's shack.
It's not going to, correct.
It's a shack.
That
it's
is
going to be a shack.
Yes, that is 100% correct. It is indeed a shack. But yeah, that's news, I suppose. There's also the remaining expansions of the other data centers. Like, they're not done with the other ones either. It's just the NA one's delayed. NA always slacking. Every single time. Now, in the last day or so, we've had 2 other posts on the Lodestone. I'm actually going to go out of order for this one first, in that we have the letter from the producer, the next one officially scheduled for August 12th at, of course, a lovely 4 a.m. Pacific for me.
Yay! It's a reasonable time for me to go get Bojangles, come back, and watch a live letter.
I've never been to a Bojangle. Sly, they've never existed anywhere I've lived.
Yeah, y'all don't believe in morning out there in California. This shit's open at 5 a.m. I'm like, let me get a biscuit, some half sweet tea, half lemonade, some bow rounds, and go to fuck home.
I have to cook that if I want them.
Yeah, exactly.
Could do it. Really don't want to. So there's to that. That is also in line with the prediction for an August 23rd patch. 10, 11 days before. That's exactly what usually leads to. I mean, that's just the schedule. The Moogle tomes are on schedule. Even this being announced today is on schedule for like their habits. Even like when the live letter's announced. So I'm really feeling August 23rd. I know some people who have said that if the patch is on August 30th, they actually can't raid because of the first week of September being kind of like a can't take off. Some people are starting uni around that time. Some people are, their summer hours or anything get cut, or like they can't. There's just a bunch of reasons why people are hoping it's the 23rd. It seems, at the very least.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Sly. We'll have something cooking up. We'll have something cooking up for that. Of course.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, we always have something cooking up for Letter from the Producer Lives. And the last really big thing, something I spent about 15 minutes kind of racking my brain around yesterday in just video format alone, is the surprise reveal of the patch artwork.
Y'all motherfuckers horny as shit. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
He's a good-looking gentleman.
Oh my God.
La Brea is a good-looking gentleman, all right? Daddy Brea, gonna give you his loaf. What, Sly? You got a problem with that?
Okay, look. All right, look. Again, I know I can't talk wanting Garuda as a shipmast on my wall. I know I can't talk. That's pretty much the only thing I'm quote unquote horny for. Besides y'all killing off every waifu I've ever had in every single fucking expansion. Y'all motherfuckers horny as shit. Y'all just.
You don't know the half of Twitter, Sly. You should see the retweets that come across.
I have
my feed. Now, I bet you I have even more somehow. I follow some really horny on main people. All right, who are not always horny on main, but are just enough horny on main.
You remember that thing you were saying about like, you know, Simpsons memes and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like the good old meme of Homer in a bar with like surrounded by women, and it's like everybody's like got the eyes emoji for La Habrea. It's just like Homer and like having a beer.
There you go.
Like, yeah.
Meanwhile, the horny people are the Simpsons meme where Tim and Bart saying, "Come sit down." That's their Simpsons meme. You have a different one.
Oh man.
And meanwhile, my Twitter feed is me being Grandpa Simpson walking in the bar and then turning around and walking back out. There you go. Like I said, the Simpsons have done it.
It applies to everything, almost everything.
Yeah. That's the Simpsons for you. There's always something you can relate back to the Simpsons in one way or the other. And those are all of our applicable Simpsons memes in this case. I spent 15 minutes not talking about La Habrea other than just acknowledging that he's it looks like an older, distinguished gentleman as opposed to the maniac that we've kind of been led to believe that that our current iteration that who I think Eric Tony will become. However, there's a lot to unpack because essentially the entire patch art is about Pandemonium. We do get these on occasion.
Which is so odd. Like, because like, and this is something I'll eventually like have to ask, but we always get this patch art. We always get the patch art, and some of it is, you know, fixated on MSQ. Some of it's fixated on Raid. Some of it's fixated on 24 man. Like, what? How do they determine? How did they determine this? How did they determine the patch title? Like what it's gonna focus on, everything. Because like I've been used to it, like, you know, jumping from MSQ to 24 man to you know, Raid.
I'm willing to bet it's quite literally, as chat said, they just think what would be the coolest. I really don't think it's any more complicated than that. They speak about it on occasion, and they probably will talk about it at the live letter, because you know, this is one of the few times where they don't reveal the art and a live letter and instead just post it on the site and we get to watch it. I think that's only happened once or twice ever prior to this. So normally they talk about how you know, Pandemonium is about memories, you know, 12,000, you know, it's sort of civilization from 12,000 years ago, but they'll probably be like, also, since we're dealing with the 13th and their history and blah, I'm willing to bet it's the least spoilery thing they could do for an artwork is to just, and honestly, they still managed to spoil. I don't know how they did it, but they this is the least spoilery option they had, and yet they still go with a La Habrea face reveal of all things, an OG La Habrea face reveal. I don't know. It's either that or they do think this is the most important thing to show in terms of story development. You know, we're still fairly early in MSQ for the next arc, and there's no 24 man. They're not going to do like, you know, Tataru or Manderville with the weapons and all that. So I think this is just the most logical thing to go with. Just looking at the past, because they're not going to do the trial series, especially if they're not going to tell us what the trial is. If it even is a trial series, we don't know that for certain. They could just be giving us trials, and it's not a series, because they refuse to tell us anything.
Settle down.
It's going to be Golbez. 6.2s is going to be Golbez. Calling it. I'm ready for them to throw it in reverse and do Golbez first, and then it's the Fiends and the rest of the patches.
That's just so ass backwards, though. I couldn't imagine it.
Remember when we fought Eden as the first boss of the raid tier?
I know. But yeah, for this, like, that would just be so ass backward.
I don't see a reason to not tell us if it's not something as surprising as that. But yeah, for the artwork, there's a lot to break down in it. So for anyone who hasn't seen the artwork, the core of it is they are outside Pandemonium. There's a darkened figure in the door throwing the doors wide open. And then we have Eriktoni on the left. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have Themis on the right, and we have what is purported to be, given the mask he's holding, Lahabrea, the father of Eriktoni, who is the current sitting Lahabrea in the story and the warden.
Lahad. Or as Twitter has taken to calling him Lahad Daddy.
Or Daddy Brea. I'll take Daddy Brea as well. I'll take either. Daddy Brea I feel like sounds better, rolls off the tongue better. Lahad Daddy feels like I gotta force myself a little bit. But much more astute and wise appearing than I would have assumed given his real. I guess actually it still kind of fits Eriktoni's description of him being a very pragmatic and methodical individual. He kind of has that air about him. Ivy.
But beneath all that, we have another figure.
One that looks eerily like Emmett Selk. It's not, but I get that vibe.
Yeah, from him, at first glance, I'm like, that can't be Emmett.
Well, it really can't be because he's got a peasant mask.
Right. And he had nothing to do. With the prison.
And then, he sort of they constantly think of reporting. Themis constantly considers reporting it back to Emmett Selk.
Mm-hmm.
So he has nothing to do with it, but technically reporting it back to the convocation is something that is kind of a lingering thread, and they're trying to keep it a secret for the most part. But it's not Emmett Selk. We know it's not. So
right. And then on the outer edges of the right and left side, you can see tentacles.
There's also a snake. There's one snake on the left side amongst everything. Mm-hmm. So the big thing with this that's about trying to understand it is you can always pull ancient and Asian lore back to Greece, Greek mythology. Mm-hmm. Sly, I have done some research, and there are no creatures that are generally associated as cephalopods in Greek lore. The Kraken is not a Greek myth. And the only other two would be Scylla and Charybdis, who have sometimes drawn with tentacles, but they're not really cephalopods so much. So it was very strange to me to see this. Honestly, the closest thing you have, and with the snake on the left, is the Gorgon. So I'm wondering if we'll see the Gorgon at all. Or if they're going to branch outside of Greece and look into other mythology, something more Lovecraftian, or I don't think so either.
If we're talking about Elpis, we're talking about Greek.
Yeah. I mean, it could be possible that they want to mess around in something that's a little more Lovecraftian as well. But what we've seen so far, there's no reason to really see that. Or they could just go with a Kraken. I mean, there's no... Here's the thing. If you look through the Crystal Tower, most of the bosses in there are Greek myths to match some of the speculations that we've had in the past. But even still, there's just so many different depictions of a lot of Greek legends that I'm wondering. The big thing for me is the large number of eyes. There's a bunch of eyes on that thing. And that is either associated with a Gorgon or with Argus, who's...
wait, eyes on where?
On the cephalopod head behind him.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It does look very Lovecraftian, I have to admit.
Now, you bring up a good point with Lovecraftian, because the only thing with tentacles I could think of would be Dagon.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that could absolutely be. I'm just trying to think. So we've had the hippocampus, which is a Greek monster. Mm-hmm. We've had the phoenix, which is present in Greek lore. We've had the harpy, which was what Hesperos merged with. We know we're getting Arachne, so that one's pretty obvious. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cerberus pop up somewhere, given that Abyssos is very...
Of course.
Yeah. I think we will see a Cerberus in one of these tiers. Then there's the Gorgons, Medusa being the most, notable of them, the mortal of the three. But the big thing, again, it's just the tentacle. It's the suckers on the tentacles. If they were just tentacles, it'd be a little easier. It's just, in Greek mythology, there's just not a lot of creatures that have suckers unless you want to just look in kind of outside sources. Like, I'll give you an example. Final Fantasy XI, the Charybdis is a Kraken. And, of course, Thun has suckers and everything. So, whereas the Charybdis is traditionally just a mouth in the ocean. Sometimes they give it suckerless tentacles as like a method of pulling things in, but that just depends on the depiction. The snake is the big thing that throws me there, though. There's a snake and a crow that are kind of reversed to each other. Or a raven. I can't really tell. A crow and a raven are pretty similar. I think ravens are more Greek than crows are. I think...
Raven would be more Norse, because when you think Raven, you think of Odin.
Yeah, they're pretty similar, though. Like, they draw from each other a lot. So, I don't know. Because Apollo, I remember doing the research. Apollo and Hera have a story about a crow that in some stories they just call it a raven. I think it just depends on the source you're reading it from. But they're often associated. A raven is associated with Zeus, if they're gonna go anywhere at all. Whereas a crow is directly, it like reports to Apollo and Hera. And so the big thing we're trying to figure out is, who the fuck is this guy? Because we have Hesperos, who's based on Hesperus, and Hesperos has siblings, but I don't know if they're going to go with Phosphorus or they're going to go with something else. Oh my god, Ivy. And of course, the theory is that La Habrea is Hephaestus is the big one, because that would be the father of Eric Tony, with then Aphrodite being one of the potential mother. There's a couple of different. I've done a bunch of research on this. There's a couple of different mother figures for. It depends on the lore. So there's a few questions.
We don't really get a lot. Well, we've gotten Logriff, and I'm trying to think who else. I mean, Logriff and Egayorn. We don't really get a lot of female figures within the ancients and Asians.
No, only a few. We have Vana, we have Ultima. We have Egayorn, we have Logriff. We have Logriff. So we have a few, and it's just it's a tough call, because like there's some legends that say Aphrodite is the mother. There's some Athena adopts Eric Tony, I believe, in some of the stories. So there's it'll matter when it comes down to everything. It's just a question of how much this person is related to La Habrea, if this is more like a literal underling, because these reversed. That's I saw a theory that it's actually he split himself in half, which would be weird if he'd have a white mask in that case, because who the fuck gave him a mask? His mother is Athena. They did go with that. So yeah, that's right. They did label that down. I was thinking just about the lore, the actual Greek mythology, not the in-game one. Yeah. So I don't know if it's supposed to be him being more directly related to it, because the whole point is that the robe is basically one and they're flipped. So there's question marks. Also, all the chains. There's chains on the evil figure. There's chains on La Habrea's arm as well. We know he taught Eric Tony how to use those kinds of things, and that's the only thing he's really proficient at. So, I'm excited. There's a lot to break down. I like there's just so many Greek nods across even just this little tiny bit. And it gets me I know it's not, we're dealing with Thor, but it's got me in Dad of War mode. Dad of boy kind of anticipation. Boy. The direction of deer. Thank you, Dad. Thank you.
Read it, boy.
Yeah. The other thing is, with the world tree, you can actually see the figure behind him does have branches. It's hard to tell if they're chains that are faded into the back or if they're branches. It's tough to tell because they're like faded and like shaded, but they do look a lot like tree branches and leaves and whatnot coming off of them, tiny ones. So could be a question of something with the world tree with Yggdrasil. There's a lot of little bits here. I like it. It's just a question of what the fuck is going to happen. And fortunately, we'll have one whole week to think about it before Savage. Seeing this alone makes me glad there's a 1 week delay. Like, just seeing the artwork alone reminds me of why I wanted the 1 week delay. I wanted a 2 week delay, but a 1 week delay is fine. There's no reason to make it 2 weeks. And other than that, it just goes over all the content that we already know about,
Yeah.
Variant dungeon, Criterion dungeon, Trial dungeon, Island Sanctuary, high-end raid, main scenario, Hildebrand, Tataru, yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada. Yada. Not yata.
Yeah.
Yada, yes, that's right. But no yata. Okay? Well, with that, Sly, I think that's it for our little check-in episode.
Yeah, like I said, short and sweet, to the point.
Short, sweet, and just covering the news. We might have to do another one of those next week, just because we don't...
Possibly.
We possibly may need to do another one.
Possibly.
It'll depend, because there's always the chance that there's just nothing.
If there's nothing, we'll do nothing.
Probably, yeah. Listen, I've already said there are show ideas that we could do. We just probably won't do them in the next couple weeks because everyone's kind of in the busy season or summer season at this point. Or just everyone's AC is breaking. This is another thing that I've learned.
Or it's sunny outside.
I thought you were saying or, and I just realized you were saying Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, literally, like, 2 people I know, their ACs broke yesterday. They were brand new ACs. And then, like, I know Todd had to have his AC replaced. I know you've been losing power. It's just...
Didn't Kiri have
she's one of the 2. Yeah. She's one of the 2.
Yeah.
So...
I've lost power. Okay. I've lost power so many times in the past couple of weeks because the summer storms here are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just everywhere is doomed.
Demons are taking over.
Precisely. That is exactly what is happening. But that...
Negotiate.
I know there's no negotiating this, Sly. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. But with that, yeah, we just wanted to make sure that we were doing a show because we said we'd do a show last week, and there were a lot of little things to at least nod to and discuss. So I'm glad we were able to come together for this, and we'll see if we do anything next week. There we go. That's it. Show's done. We're gone. Bye. No, hold on. We got to sign off. We got to sign off. Sly, it's been a good talk, as per usual. Yeah. What are you working on? Where can people find you at? The usual outro, Sly.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Sly, aka Gray Fox. You can find me on Twitter at Sly the Fox. Where am I going to be at? LunarCon. That's happening this weekend. I will be doing my set tonight, at 11 p.m. Eastern, so 8 p.m. Pacific. Friday night, Crystal night, because it's Friday night and it's going to be on Crystal. Haha. 70s, 80s theme. So if you got some 70s, 80s glamour you want to show off, come out. Speaking of which, WSOI. The newest mini mix is out today, and it is... I kind of made this specifically for LunarCon. And again, all of my mini mixes are for the freeze. So if you want this one, I put a post out on Twitter, but definitely check out the Station WSOY Patreon for it. It is available for the freeze. You don't even have to be a patron. Listen, grab it, take it wherever you want to go. Yada, yada, yada. Not yata, as he said. Other than that, next weekend is First Saturday, and that will be a Fist of the North Star centric party, as it is our 3rd anniversary of doing First Saturdays on the 14th. So lots of things going on. But yeah, this weekend is LunarCon, so get the crystal for LunarCon. Do the things, do all the things.
Yeah, I got to transfer after
raid
me tonight, so I don't forget to do it tomorrow before I need to go. I
did it prematurely. Okay, so hear me out. Happy, how bad or how good do you think data center travel times will be to Crystal tonight or today or over the weekend?
I think they'll be fine. I don't foresee any issues. I think specifically getting onto the correct server might be a little longer, but the travel itself, no, I don't think it'll be a problem.
So average time to get to a crystal server.
10 minutes at most.
Okay, Matt. Then I can go to Allure because Allure will be open tonight too. But yeah, after that, well, I'll have to leave a little bit before it closes. But after that, yeah, I'll be on Crystal doing my thing. Happy, what are you doing?
I am trying to remind myself where exactly the meet and greet is, since I need to do mine.
Oh my God! I just looked at this. Okay,
right, yeah.
Happy, you want to know where?
Yeah, well, I what Discord channel? Which sub channel is it in? I'd assume
there was a Discord sub channel.
No, I mean like which of the threads, I suppose, is what I mean.
I'm looking on the LunarCon website.
Oh yeah, that probably would have worked as well. Because I was looking for it.
You're on Bryn. You're on Bryn.
Okay. That's
Lavender Beds.
Yeah.
Ward 939.
There you go.
Lot 39.
There you go. I'm gonna just pull that up because there's no fucking way I'm gonna remember what you just said. So not a remote fucking chance that I'm gonna remember what you just said.
You go. That website.
I've got it already, Sly. I found it. Lavender Beds, Ward 9, Plot 39. I got it. Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. Oh God. You know. Yeah, I see where yours is. There you go. Yours is Plot 31. Also on Brynhildr. All of us are on Bryn. In fact, the whole thing is that all of these are on Brynhildr. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in the goblet, but you're in the Lavender Beds, yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the better one. It's fine.
Sure.
You don't like the goblet. Nobody likes the goblet. Get out of here.
My house before Shirogane was in the Lavender Bed, so I can't disagree with you.
Damn right. Damn right. You can find me at Mr. Happy 127, all the usual places. Just Google it. What am I doing? Let's see. My VOD channel is being very, very frequently updated because I'm catching up on months of VODs going up onto there instead of just keeping up with the current stuff. Live Alive is currently being uploaded. Xenoblade 3 is going to start getting uploaded probably by Sunday, which I started playing, and I'm not going to lie, Xenoblade 3 started off not good. Really not good. In the first, 2 or 3 hours. It was agonizing.
Damn.
It got a lot better.
Again?
It got a lot better.
Xenoblade?
No, it got a lot better after hour 3.
Okay.
It was so annoying in the first few hours. The AI was terrible, and there's just a lot of cutscenes into Sly. They do a tutorial to show you how to open a treasure chest, the container, as they're called. And that gives you an accessory. And the accessory gives you a tutorial to equip accessories. But on the off chance that you didn't pick up that accessory, they give you the same accessory tutorial later when they force you to buy an accessory from a shop. So I had to do the same tutorial twice, and I was losing my fucking mind. Because it's not just a tutorial like, oh, this is how you do it. It's do it exactly as we tell you to do it. Sly, they made me change a skill. I didn't want to change the skill. But because I was in the tutorial, I couldn't change the skill back. They needed me to leave the whole menu and then open it after the tutorial was done in order to change the skill back to the other skill I wanted to use.
Hey, Sly, when are you playing Xenoblade Chronicles? Not fucking soon, apparently.
After the first few hours, it got a lot better. I hate that. I hate saying it because nobody wants to hear that. People say that shit about 14, but it was only 3 hours, and it got a lot better. So
yeah.
And they also didn't give me. I couldn't change party members until 4.5 hours in because they didn't give me a tutorial for it, and apparently that needs to happen. They didn't tell me how to use the lure feature, which did work, but I figured it out on my own. And yeah, it's still not as bad as Xenoblade 2's tutorials. I'll give it that, but it's not great. It's not. Tutorials are not great. It got better though. Now I'm past the slow part, and now it's a lot better. So I hope it stays that way. Fingers crossed. Don't talk to me about the rocks. The AI breaks if there's a difference of elevation, so they'll just auto attack and not use any skills. Sly. So there was a boss that's really, really easy, and it was a complete joke when I figured out that was what was happening. But until then, I was like, why are my AI not doing anything? And that's why. And then one of the AI, even on the flat ground, for some reason likes to spam dodges and she doesn't use her skills because of that. So she just regularly goes back and forth, only auto attacking and not using the heal, even though the heal only has a 15-second cooldown. It's a lot of little things. It got better though. Promise.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
It has. In the last hour, it got a lot better.
Okay.
And you can fight in the water. So that was a big issue in 2. That's not a problem right now. It got better. Ivy, make up your mind. What are you doing? Okay, stay here. Okay, on that note though, Sly, we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ivy, go. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll either have another check-in next week or maybe I'll actually have time to put a show together, but we'll see. Or there'll be no show. One of those 3 things is going to happen next week. Be sure to enter the giveaway for the SteelSeries sponsor or use the discount code in the link. Thank you to our sponsors over on Patreon. And don't forget, HelloFresh, 16 free meals, 3 free gifts off the first 7 boxes until August 13th. So be sure to do that as well. Ask any questions. I've been using them for years. In fact, when this is done, I'm going to cook one. I will talk to you all later. And Sly, he'll see you for a set tonight. Be sure to go to Sly set tonight at LunarCon. Tune into his Twitch. Do it. I'm telling you. Okay, well, then we're done. So bye.
See you next week.